There's been a recent influx of kaiju related games, and I have been tickled pink by this because it's a little genre of game that I wish that there was more of, and now I'm getting it. Cute Invaders is one of those that came out in early May, but it came out to an absolutely botched release. The game was stuck, unable to actually get you to full screen mode, and the controls would get stuck. You would get stuck and crash out the game between menus, and it was an absolute joke. Thankfully, the developer noticed this very quickly and started putting in patches, so I held off on reviewing the game until the version 1.2 patch came out towards the back end of May. This has largely fixed a lot of the issues around stability of the game and improved some of the gameplay aspects. So the footage you're going to see here is a mixture of pre and post release of that patch, but I'm talking purely about how the game plays from version 1.2 onwards. In Cute Invaders, it plays as a twin stick shooter in a 2D plane. And there's lots of different elements involved, and I'll try and talk you through it because this game is going to be hugely Marmite for people. And it was Marmite for me in my experiences, going from moments of joy and bliss to absolute yarns of frustration. You play as a collection of agents leading your little armies. And your agents and armies have different classes. So they could be medics, for example, they could just be standard shooters, they could be rifle shooters from afar doing long distance stuff. It could be that they're a grenadier and chucked grenades instead. They'll all have their usual shooty with the left analog stick to move around your character, right for your aim, and then the shoulder button to actually trigger the movement to shoot. But then you'll have special attacks, which is really where all of this class stuff comes in. Your characters also level up too. And so not just your own agents, but all of the AI army that follow you around will level up so long as they stay alive and continue in the battles. As you level up, the amount of army you can have for this specific leader increases, which therefore increases your firepower, and you can recruit new AI compatriots in with the coins that you collect through completing missions. So far, sounds great. What's also great about all of this is that you can customize for each day cycle, which is how Cute Invaders works, so that you pick and choose what type of class and level of army you're going to send to different locations. Because at the beginning of each day you get this map of various different missions that you can complete. These might be things like fought off the terrorists, fight off the Kaiju, find the secret agent so that you can get a new agent that can lead an army join your team, for example. All of this is up for you to choose, and up for you to choose which of your armies to send in. So if you've got a lower level, say Kaiju, like a smaller one that's taking over and raging in a city, then you can send your lower level army in with the more likelihood that they won't all get killed off, and therefore they will level increase and therefore become a bit more palatable and more robust in later on days and levels. Each level is tied to a location, and if you miss a location or if you fail a mission, not only do you lose the people who are in that battle so your army shrinks down, but you'll also get damage given to that location. And then if the location becomes too damaged, you lose it from the game, and therefore you've lost that section of the city to the Kaiju or terrorists, whatever it is that you were fighting when you were there. This is all fantastic, and it works relatively well. The real Marmite section of Cute Invaders is the actual minute-to-minute gameplay when you're in battle. So as I said before, it's a twin-stick shooter that works on a 2D plane. You'll move the left stick, shoot with the shoulder buttons and aim with the right stick. And the buttons control all of your different things for special skills, and that's all fine. It's the reaction that you get from all of the different AI versus AI in the battles, so the AI that you're trying to shoot and the AI of your own army kind of all start jumping around as if they're on springs, and they start rebounding off of each other, and they don't necessarily shoot in a strategic way. They kind of go a bit nuts and all guns blazing. They're not like totally derpy dead, but they're kind of going about a really random way of getting to their end goal. And this becomes quite problematic because on certain levels you have to get all of your AI army into like an end position or an end goal to say exit the area, to say that you've taken it over. And you'll always get one or two of your AI just wandering around, not really coming with you. So then you have to kind of go back and then kind of go like, come on, and then kind of shimmy forward and hope that they will follow you eventually. It's that kind of clunkiness with the AI that makes it quite difficult for you to kind of ham-fistedly get your way through this game. And that applies to the shooting, it applies to trying to take down a kaiju. It also applies as well to healing, because when you die, you have like a little help come out, and then either you or your AI compatriots can run up next to you and everyone can heal everyone else. Only a little bit of health, but it's enough. But the amount of times that you'll die and the AI is just standing next to you, just going like, really frustrating. And so that builds up the rageometer throughout the game. This then, with all of those layers kind of going on, of, I've just got to battle this AI drama. When you then actually come to fighting multiple kaijus, especially as they get bigger and bigger and bigger, yes, the kaijus are cute. Yes, they are little pet animals largely, although you get like snakes and moles, bizarrely. Sharks and moles. As they get bigger and bigger, they start throwing out like chunks of boulders, or like zooming forward or bouncing like the rabbit on top of buildings. But it's so explosive and so rebound worthy, as if we're all in a bouncy castle. It just becomes chaotic, and you just bounce from boulder to boulder to boulder into enemy fire, and it just feels like you're in a pachinko machine, basically, and not in a good way, because then you start to lose health rapidly. It doesn't feel very fair. The game then starts to struggle because there's so much going on, so it starts to slow down a little bit. And then it all kind of compounds into each other to become like this messy, sloppy soup of an attempt of something that really needs more development budget and time and a higher price point to therefore give that experience. Cute Invaders is currently out at £2.89 in UK dosh without any discounts. This game is trying to do like a £7.99 job for £2.89, and it really shows. And whilst Magic Cube have had a good go at it, it feels like they've bitten off more than they can chew, because the AI nature of everything that's going on doesn't feel like it can cope with having proper battles with each other. And so it's trying to be like, oh look, it's gigantic and adorable and cute and wacky. But actually, it's like that, and they're trying to market it like that because it's slightly wonky and the AI of it all. So yeah, go in with your eyes open on this. There's flashes of brilliance here, just murphed in a sea of complex frustration and kind of scattergun approach to hoping that things work. And sometimes it doesn't, and then you have to quit out of a level, you lose your progress, all kinds of issues. And yeah, that doesn't really lend itself to a great game. So, written review will be over on highplayinggames.com. Hopefully this game will continue to be refined over time, because there is definitely something there, but I would like it to be a bigger, chunkier, better experience where the AI actually knows what it's doing, so that you can feel part of a large army of cuteness going up against a giant rabbit of cuteness about to kill everyone. Take care. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.